Yep.
What's going on today?
What's going on with you? What was the complaint exactly?
Just that it was a welfare check. Just
welfare? Okay. Right. Well, I'm okay. Calcs.
Conduct their business and not feel you recording them. Okay, it's for safety.
Are we talking about feelings or are we talking about laws? Because now you're talking about feelings. Right, I'm not about. There's nobody here.
All right, sorry.
There's nobody in the lobby.
It's 1201.
And why am I being detained? What crime have I committed?
Involved in a suspicious incident.
Is that a crime? Is it crime?
To film a secure facility? Yeah, it is.
No, it's not. Not from the public. No.
Ever just lay down in the woods to stretch your back, and next thing you know, the cops show up? That's exactly what happened in Wayzata, Minnesota. All because someone thought I looked like I needed help. What started as a quiet moment in nature turned into a full-on welfare check. Stick around to see how it all unfolded. You won't believe how chill and weird this got.
So I laid down at this hut. I got two guys asking me if I'm okay. I hope they don't call the cops. Just trying to stretch out my back. I knew that I'd likely have problems. One guy did witness me like picking up a bag. Maybe he saw me reading this Ziploc bag that had reading material and a coin, and I just slammed it onto the ground, back onto the ground, and he didn't, when I walked by him, he was kind of a distance, but he didn't give any reaction. But he got these two professional guys that came out here asking if I was okay. I was laying in the forest, so what are the chances they're gonna call the cops? If there's a chain of events, hopefully they're both isolated incidents with these guys. What? Why are you approaching me?
I just got a call on you. See if you're okay.
Yep.
What's going on today?
What's going on with you? What was the complaint exactly?
Just that it was a welfare check. Just
welfare? Okay. Right. Well, I'm okay. Calcs.
Calcus?
I'll call you Calcs. No, Calcus. Or whatever.
What's your name?
Well, I don't know. Let's figure out a crime and
you don't have to tell me your name.
Then we can take that next step. Okay. Well, where are we? We're in a park, right? Big Tree Park or something. Big Woods.
This is the retreat up here. So this is
Yeah. Do they have problems here? Is there a?
Yeah, there's yeah.
So that's why it's like not unusual to be called out here, right?
Right.
It's okay. I mean, I was on the trail just walking. I mean, I ran into some people and in a forest. I mean, it's yeah.
Okay.
They just said they thought this guy looked like he needed help in some way, and that was it. So you can see I don't need help.
Yeah.
And I guess I matched the description too.
Yep. Right. The plaid shirts. The blue pants. The hat, the beard.
All right. What can you say exactly? What you only hear on the radio? What they say?
I just hear on the radio.
Yeah, because I'm like, okay, I had two guys approach me. I was laying on the ground for a little bit, stretching my back.
Maybe that's why.
And yeah, they look like professional guys too. Like I was wondering maybe they probably could have called. And it's unfortunate.
I don't know who called. I just.
Yeah, you wouldn't. Well, you ask for their names sometimes, and
yeah, dispatch gets all that information. But
yeah,
I mean, for me, I wanted to make sure you were okay before I go back and talk.
Okay, well, yeah. Oh, and then you will confirm with them that I'm okay, and that this is a park, even though it's a part of. I don't know what came first exactly.
I don't know.
The retreat or the park, because it doesn't seem like my Google. When I got in here, to get here, my Google Maps didn't really recognize it. There's no road. It just
it's kind of hidden back here for sure.
Yeah, I didn't really it seems like it might be new. It's not in the most ideal spot. You're not getting a forest experience so much with all the.
There's the loose line trail.
There's something called a loose line trail.
Yeah, it's more woodsy and that goes all the way.
Does that have to do with like a train or something loose or? Is it?
The loose line?
It's not a part of a train or it's Sioux or okay. All right, and that's something to check out then. Yeah.
I mean, if you're looking for a more woodsy like area.
I'm here to look. I'm here to look around. I'm not. I mean, it doesn't need to be perfect. I was just saying, yeah, it's walking around. It's just, yeah, it's
Nice day out.
and yeah, this is like supposed to be the last good week, the last nice weather. Well, somebody said that.
I was gonna say I didn't look, but that's
yeah, I didn't hear it directly.
that's a bummer.
Yeah, well, I mean, I usually factor that between July 15th and August 15th, that's your hottest time of the summer, and then after that, I start expecting more cool temperatures.
Yeah.
And as a traveler, I want to start heading south. To
Do you travel a lot?
Yeah, you can see my plates are from Washington, so.
Okay. Do you just pass through? Or
yeah, I just got here today.
Oh, into Minnesota?
No. In this,
just in the city?
I'm taking smaller bounces than that. I'm not,
I
I'm not,
hear you.
Yeah, I'm doing more city to city than state to city.
Okay.
Yeah, I take small bounces. I bicycle to the library,
Okay.
and I'm glad nobody complained about that. It's just,
Sometimes we get weird complaints, but we got to do our due diligence.
Yeah.
And make sure you're all right.
Yeah,
So
and at least,
I feel like you're good.
okay, yeah, at least this isn't St. Paul. I mean, there's
Right.
you can expect a higher standard of behavior around these
Correct.
parts.
And a lot of times it's more like people in the community when they don't recognize people, and then we have a lot of crime lifting here, and so it's just if you see something, say something type deal. So
And I'm new, and
Okay.
this is probably not a popular park, but and so
It's not,
when
no.
new people come in, and I could kind of
Yeah.
I understand that things that stand out. I'm going to be one that stands out. So
yeah, I mean you're not in any trouble or anything. I just want to
Well,
make sure that you're okay and that
Yeah.
you don't need any assistance
simple
from me.
simple call for you, And I want to. I don't know. Is there a curfew? Because I'm not going to stay here all night. But
So the parks and woods and stuff all close at 10:30.
10:30. Okay.
So-
Yeah. I'll be out before 10:30.
Okay.
I was thinking maybe I might want to bicycle around a little bit more.
Sure.
Check other places out.
Yeah, we're just really
But-
big on too. If you're gonna bicycle in the streets, just follow all traffic.
Stop at the
signs.
stop signs. Is that
Stop
what
at the
you're
stop
saying?
signs. Stop at if you're on this road and there's a light
'Cause-
and it's red, you have to stop
Oh yeah.
until it turns green. That sort of thing.
So, yeah, I mean, I have to go so gingerly with this. I got 2 broken spokes, the chain falls off, so I can't really compete with the cars so much on
Yeah.
the roads. I'm more on the sidewalk. Oh, yeah, so, okay, yeah, all right.
Have a good day. Be safe.
Yeah, so, yeah, great. Have a good day yourself.
All right, we'll see you later. Hi, how are you? Good.
Don't.
A bold citizen journalist challenges NYPD officers on the sidewalk right outside a precinct, pushing back on what's law, what's policy, and where our First Amendment rights begin and end. Tensions rise, but the message is clear. Freedom of the press is official business.
You can't stand up here. You can go and record on the sidewalk, but you can't stand right here, okay?
Why not?
Because this is not part of the sidewalk. And you can't record inside a police station without permission. Alright? I appreciate it,
What's your name and badge number?
I can give you my card if you like. Would you like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't sit here and record though. This is not sidewalk. You can go on the
Of course I
sidewalk.
can.
This isn't the sidewalk.
It's public property.
No, it's not, sir. This is part of the police station. So
the police station is public property.
Sir, you can't record over here. I'm sorry.
Why you came up to me to lie to me?
I'm not lying to you, sir.
You are.
Sir, I'm not lying to you, sir.
You are.
You can record on the sidewalk. Right
If you
there.
feel like you're not lying to me, that means you just don't know what you're talking about, respectfully.
Sir, listen.
Are you saying that the police precinct is private property?
Sir, you cannot record inside
Finish
the
your
police
card.
station. Yeah, there you go.
I'm not inside the police station.
You cannot record right here. This is where we conduct business, where we have people coming in. We have witnesses.
What kind of business do you conduct?
Police business, sir.
You conduct public business or private business?
Police business, sir.
Right.
So we have public people come in if they want to make reports, people who have to report crimes, okay? So if you want to record on the public sidewalk, that's right there. You can do that. You're more than
Is
welcome
this
to.
publicly accessible?
Not unless you're coming in for a police report or you have business inside the police.
I have business.
No, you can't record in that.
Freedom of the press is official business.
Sir, you cannot record
In the
inside
eyes of the
police
Supreme Court.
station. Sir, you cannot record inside the police station. Okay?
I'm not inside the police station.
You can't stand on right here and record.
I can
You're
stand
not
here.
allowed to- No, you can't, sir.
Yes, I can.
Sir, you cannot stand right here and record.
You agree with what he's saying? Yes, I can.
You can record on the sidewalk. If you want to record, you can go
Can
right
I stand here and draw?
there. No, you can't stand here.
Can I stay here and pray?
No.
No.
You can do it all on there. Okay?
Is this private property?
You can do whatever you want, just do it on the sidewalk.
You can do it
right
on
now
the
you're in the
sidewalk.
precinct premises.
Yeah, okay?
And you're recording inside, which is not permitted.
Who funds the precinct?
I'm sorry?
Who funds the
Well,
police
that's the city-
precinct?
That's the city of New York, sir.
And who funds the city of
I
New York?
understand, sir. I
The
understand.
taxpayers, right?
Yes, but,
So that
sir, listen.
you really want to go there?
Sir,
I'm just saying.
sir, listen. I appreciate what you're
I'm
doing.
trying to educate you on the law because you're telling me a
I appreciate
lie.
what you're doing, but I'm just telling you how it is. Okay, sir? I'm not trying to disrespect you.
Am I
I'm
breaking
not,
the law?
I'm not trying to. Sir, I'm asking you, please.
Oh, you're asking
You cannot
me.
record right here.
When I
on-
finish conducting my business, then I'll leave.
Sir, you cannot record right here, sir.
Why not?
Because right now, this is where the police station.
What I'm asking you is,
Sir,
what law am I breaking?
Sir.
That's what I'm asking you.
sir,
According to the precinct, we're not allowed, nobody's allowed to record here.
I'm not
Unless you're
inside the
recording.
precinct. That's a policy.
Yeah, but you're
You know what?
recording-
Hold on. You
you're
know what the right to
recording-
record
just
act
like I
is?
listened to you, you can listen
Okay,
to
go
me.
ahead. Go ahead.
You're not allowed to record inside the precinct. Clearly it says on the gate when you're recording, you're not allowed to record. And that's what you're, if you look back on your camera, it would say that. And you're recording. It's no, you can record from down there, but from right here, you're not allowed to record. And we're asking you nicely if you can please exit this premise. You can record from down there. That's pretty much it. That's all we're asking.
Do I have a right to be here?
Do you have official business?
Do I have a right?
inside?
Yes, I do.
Do you have a crime to report?
No, I don't. But I have official business. I'm conducting official business. It's called freedom of the press, investigative journalism.
Okay, you can do it from down
And I can
there.
do it from public
You can't
property
record.
too.
You can't record though, sir. You can't record.
I just told you I'm conducting business. This is public property,
Sir,
right?
listen, sir.
I'm not breaking the law. That means I have a right to be here. I'm not impeding business. I'm not disturbing
Sir,
the peace.
listen.
I'm exercising my rights peacefully
We're
on
doing-
public
okay,
property.
Well, we're doing our job.
I'm not
and our
committing a
job-
crime, man.
Okay,
I'm
but
like, your job is to enforce
our
laws.
job-
I'm not breaking the
our
law.
job right now, as he's stationed
It's to
house-
enforce laws.
He's stationed house
And your
security.
job is to protect the Constitution and to
His
protect
job
my
right
rights.
now.
Would you
Okay.
agree?
I have rights.
So why are you trying to violate my rights?
We're not
Nobody's
trying to
violating.
violate your
I'm
rights,
on
sir.
public property,
Sir, right now
exercising
you're
a
on the police
constitutionally
station.
protected activity.
Sir.
This activity is supposed to be protected by
Sir,
you,
listen,
not
listen.
stepped on or
Sir.
infringed by you.
I'm not infringing on anything,
Right.
sir. You cannot.
And do you know what the
record
right to
inside a police
record
station.
act is? It's a state law
No,
and
it's
it's a city law
No, sir. That's
that
not
gives
how it
us the
works.
right to record our government officials and our police.
Yes, on public property.
This
Sidewalk.
is public
No,
property.
this is part of the police
That's a
station
traditional
right here
public
where-
forum,
yes,
right?
and we have to be able to do our job, sir.
I'm not impeding you, sir. I
Yes,
didn't even
you are.
say anything
First
to
off,
you.
You're standing in the way right now. It's okay.
If somebody comes, they look, Your Honor, if somebody was to come, they have more than enough space to pass and conduct their business. Your Honor, I'm standing to the side and I'm peacefully recording.
Sir, you're not on the sidewalk right now. You have to go.
I'm on
the
public
sidewalk.
property, sir.
You cannot. hang
Can you
out
show
here.
me a sign that says authorized personnel only?
Sir, this is where the police come in.
Right.
This is where we have victims.
This is where the public comes in,
Can I
too.
explain something to you?
Go ahead.
We have people who are victims of domestic violence.
That has
okay?
nothing to do with
we
me.
We have people who are witnesses. We have people who have been arrested. We have people who have the right to be able to come in here and conduct their business and not feel you recording them. Okay, it's for safety.
Are we talking about
issues.
feelings or are we talking about laws? Because now you're talking about feelings.
Decent human being, sir.
Right, I'm not about, there's nobody here.
All right, sir.
There's nobody in the lobby.
Sir, listen.
There's nobody here.
I'm
If you're talking about other people.
Beyond respectful and polite.
My rights don't end where other people's feelings begin.
Sir.
I have the right to be here too. And I have the right to record my government
You do
officials.
not have any police, any business. You're just here to record, sir. Unless you have.
Yeah,
to
which is
report a
official
crime.
business. In the eyes of the Supreme Court, freedom of the press, journalism is official business.
Okay, well, sir.
So why are you trying to trample on my rights right
No,
now?
I'm not trying to trample.
You
on
are,
anybody's
both of you.
rights, sir.
You're saying that this
You
is,
know.
first you said this is private property. You're
Sir,
saying that other people have a right to be here, but not me.
Listen, sir.
I'm listening
This
to
is
you.
the people who are here.
There's
the
many different
assistance
forms of
from
business,
the
sir.
police. You
There's
are
many,
not here for any.
sir. There's many different forms of business that can be conducted
You are here to
on
try-
public property.
You are here to try and get a reaction because you want to make YouTube
I didn't
videos.
say anything to you.
You know, sir.
My intent, I told you, investigative
No.
journalism, and it's sad that that's your mentality
Sir.
towards somebody recording.
Sir, you know you're not
Who
allowed
taught
to
you that?
record inside
I'm not inside the
You're
precinct.
not
I'm
allowed to
outside.
hang out here, and you can't hang out over here.
I'm not hanging out. I'm conducting
You know?
business. I
Okay,
told you that
then
already.
You can do it on the side with yourself.
I can do it from here too.
Sir,
Can I speak to your
I'm
sergeant,
very-
please? Because
Sir,
can I
you know
speak to
what?
your supervisor,
Stay
please? Now you're telling me to stay right here. Do you understand? I didn't say anything to you. I didn't say anything to nobody.
I know,
I'm
but
peacefully recording.
I understand that.
Right. So what's the problem?
Can I
You're
explain?
saying,
Well, can I explain?
go ahead.
Okay. With our supervisors, they don't allow anybody to record inside the precinct.
I'm not inside the
That's-
precinct, ma'am.
No, you're
And that's a
recording-
policy. That's not a law.
No, you're recording inside of the precinct.
Is that a policy or a law?
That's a policy in our precinct.
Yeah. Policies don't trump my rights.
Okay, but
You can't make
you're
a-
not
the government is not
you're
supposed to-
allowed record the precinct.
Ma'am, the government is not allowed to make policies that
What is the purpose
that
of
go
recording
against the
precinct?
Constitution.
Well, what is your purpose of
I
recording
told you,
the
investigative journalism. That's
For
my
what?
intent.
For what?
I'm investigating my government workers.
You're not
I got some
doing
lead. I got a lead about this precinct. I'm following up on the lead. I'm a journalist. That's what I'm doing.
anything.
I'm not inside your precinct. I can't give that away. Come on now. You want my sources too?
No, it's just like
Your
it's so
policy-
weird that you're
listen.
That's like going into somebody's house and start recording their living room.
If I'm on public property, I can record whatever I can see from public. You don't know the First Amendment, plain view doctrine, right? There's nothing wrong with what I'm doing, but I don't understand, one, why you have the disdain towards somebody recording. I'm here to start trouble. I'm not here to start trouble.
I'm telling you, you can record from the sidewalk. You
And
don't
I'm
have
trying to
be
educate you
here.
that I can stand here and record.
No,
I'm not
you
impeding
cannot.
business.
Okay.
I'm not in a restricted area. I'm not, ma'am,
Too much, sir.
ma'am, I'm not in a restricted area. I'm not impeding business. If somebody wants to come, they could come. I'm peacefully recording quietly
Okay.
from a publicly accessible area. It's not blocked off. It's not barricaded. There's no sign saying that I can't stand right here. I have a right to be here. If I wanted to come, you know what? Can you do me a favor?
You know, listen.
Can I get 3 CCRB complaint forms, please?
Is that? Go right ahead.
Thank you.
So when you go inside the precinct,
I'm not going inside the
You
precinct.
can't record.
I don't wish to go inside the
I'm just letting
precinct.
you know you cannot record inside the precinct.
I asked you for something.
All right. Okay. So go grab it.
What was you saying?
What's that? No, I'm just letting you know. Listen, sir. I'm just giving you the heads up. You cannot go inside the precinct while recording. Okay.
Okay.
And we got to try and keep this area clear. Okay. So that's it. Okay.
Does it seem like I needed directives?
All right. Well, I'm just giving you the heads
You don't
up.
have to. I was trying to educate you that I could stand here.
Okay, sir, I
You went
appreciate
inside and got educated. You didn't believe me.
You know.
You think I'm here just
Okay, sir,
to
I'm
just to
not
cause
gonna-
problems?
listen,
Why do you
All right, sir.
Why do you feel that way? Why do you feel like I'm
Sir.
here just to cause problems? I didn't
Sir.
say anything to you.
Sir, I'm trying to break it down for you like this. You want to do investigative journalism? Fine.
Right.
You're more than welcome to do
Which
that.
is what I was trying to tell
Okay,
you.
And I'm just giving you the heads up. You cannot go inside the precinct and record. Okay?
I
I'm
could.
Just giving you, no,
If
you
I chose
cannot.
to.
If you cannot.
If I go inside the precinct and record, what's going to happen?
You can get arrested for that. You cannot
No,
do that.
you'd have to ask me to leave. You're going to arrest me for photography?
Well, yeah, you have to leave that.
Right.
I'm telling you, you can't go in there and record. You're not allowed to do
Do you know that that's just a policy and that's not a law?
Sir, listen, you can't
You know
go
that,
inside
right?
the precinct and record, okay?
I
You know.
can, sir. Respectfully, it's a public building.
You know.
I can't go in the back in restricted areas and record.
But,
What
sir,
the public
you
should
can
be
make a
allowed to
complaint,
record in.
that's fine, okay? But we're just doing our job. We're just trying to do our job. Keep this area clear, and that's it. Okay, sir?
I'm not
I wish
blocking.
I wish you best with everything. Okay? God
I'm
bless
trying to
you, sir.
educate you,
I appreciate
like I tried to earlier.
All right.
But if I'm not your sergeant, you're not willing to listen to me.
I'm willing. Yes, sir.
I tried to tell you I can stand here.
Sir,
You didn't believe me.
Sir, I listened to you. I
Right.
did not put my hands on you. I did not stop you.
I didn't
did
say
not
you
do
did.
anything like that.
I didn't say you
was
did.
disrespectful towards you.
I didn't say you were.
That's it. Okay.
What I'm trying to tell you is, listen.
Listen.
That policy, there's a law. You enforce laws. You don't enforce policies. There's a law that says that we can record you guys anywhere,
Yes, you can.
especially in a public building.
You know,
but
you
you
can
guys,
record out
can
in
I finish my
public.
sentence, please? You guys are
Stop.
enforcing that policy as if it's law and it's not law. Policies don't trump laws,
All right,
and
sir.
policies don't trump the Constitution.
Okay,
So if
sir.
I go in there and record, you're not going to arrest me for recording because you can't,
Well,
because
we're gonna
photography is not a
ask you- we're gonna
crime,
ask you to leave.
right? But you
have
can't
right
ask me to
there.
leave a public building while I'm conducting business.
You know,
That's
so-
unlawful and it's
so-
unconstitutional.
Enjoy. I hope it was able to help you out.
I'm
with
just
that.
trying to let you know about the
Okay.
right.
Hey.
Look up
No,
the right
sir.
to record
God bless,
act.
sir.
What's your name?
Okay.
Can I get, you gave me your card?
Summers. I gave you.
I need her card too. I want you to look up the right to record act. You're a law enforcement officer. Look up that law, okay? And look up, study the First Amendment, okay? Like respectfully, I record for many reasons, and part of the reason why I record is to open the dialogue.
All right. God bless. Sir.
So please look up that law. It's very important,
I
okay?
appreciate you telling me that, sir.
It says that we can record you guys anywhere, all right?
You know what? God bless.
God bless you
Stay
too.
safe.
God bless you
You
too.
know.
I appreciate you. Can I ask you, what's the most important thing about your job?
Me? Well, what do you mean? In terms of what? Like, to
What's
me?
the, all right, yeah, to you and to, what's the most important
Well,
thing about a police officer's job?
Well, I became a police officer to help people.
To help people? Okay.
You know, to help people, you know, just things that can be, some people see as like minor, but just helps somebody through something that, you know, you're just having a bad day, someone with a flat tire. I know that doesn't seem like much to some, but some people that's mean the world to them. You know what I mean? There's no such thing as a trivial job, if that makes any sense.
The people need help, you're there to help.
Exactly. You know?
Hopefully you're there before things happen, which is why you guys post up to deter crime.
Yeah, that's one way of doing it.
So I understand that.
Some people do that. People post up, you know, safety. But you gotta realize too, we always gotta, you know, be mindful of our surroundings, you know. But
Of course,
you
it's
know,
New York.
But then again, anybody should do that.
Right.
You know. So,
I think one of the most important things about your job is to protect the Constitution and to protect our rights.
absolutely. Yeah, protect the
Right.
Constitution, you know. But at the same time, we also gotta keep in mind protecting the Constitution, but also making sure everybody's safe. You know.
Well, you know the
making
Supreme Court
sure-
ruled that you guys aren't
Yeah.
responsible for the public safety. The Supreme
Well,
Court
I don't
ruled
know
that.
anything about that because that's the one thing, keeping people safe and, you know, keeping people.
You want to protect life. That's what part of the oath
of
is.
course,
Yeah.
That's what we want to do. Right?
Yeah.
You know.
But
You know?
ultimately, you're not responsible to, but you want to, you like to. That's like one of the main goals. But the main goal is to enforce laws and to protect the Constitution and protect the people's rights.
Yeah.
I think, in my opinion, I would think that's up there.
Well, that's why I've stood on plenty of protests, people screaming, and I've actually gotten to, you know, not debates, but I've had people get mad because people were protesting against cops over on East End Avenue, and they'll go, "Why are you allowing that?" I'm like, well, they have a right to do that.
Where they was doing Gracie Mansion.
And I said they have a right to do that.
Yeah.
You know, they can say they hate me all they want. That's their right.
It seems like, in my experience, a lot of, like, you guys won't dare violate freedom of religion or freedom of speech or freedom of assembly, but it's like you guys, the officers I ran into have this certain disdain towards freedom of the press and people watching their government workers. It's like, oh, you're just here to start trouble, or you're an antagonizer.
No, because the thing is,
You don't say that when somebody's praying. You don't say, oh, look, he's just doing that to antagonize.
Well, no. But you got to realize something like this. I will sit here and defend your right to go around and report people as long as you are not stopping people from doing their jobs or you're putting somebody at risk. You know what I'm saying?
Of course, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's time, place, and
That's
manner.
why I came over before and I was just like, you know, I got to make sure what's going on, and that's it. It's not to stop you from doing that. You know, I didn't try taking the camera away from you or anything like that. I would never do that. You know what I'm saying?
Just like you wouldn't step on somebody's rug if they're praying or try to stop them from praying.
No, not at all.
You know?
I always look at it like this. At the end of the day, my main thing I want to do is I want to make sure everybody goes home okay.
Everybody, not just you, right?
Exactly.
You know, I ran into an officer last night.
I'm sorry.
I ran into a police officer last night, completely unhinged. I said hello, I came up to, I was recording the car, and flashed his flashlight in my camera for a long period of time. So I tried to tell him about prior restraint, which is you can't flash your flashlight in my camera for a prolonged period of time because then you're violating my rights, because you're prohibiting me from recording, from exercising my rights. If you flash your flashlight, see everything's okay, and then you have to stop, but he kept going. And then the other guy goes, oh, I'm gonna make it home safe. It's about police safety, and I was like, that's crazy.
Look, I don't agree with the way he did it, but I understand where he's coming from.
I understand it too. I understand human safety, but like when you put police safety above public safety.
The only thing, no. The thing is, I'm not condoning what he did, the way he did it. At least you got to realize, like this though. A lot of cops. You said they were in the car.
They were outside the car.
A lot of things is, you know what an ambush is?
Yeah, I've seen it.
That's why a lot of people get scared because it's like this has happened. Officer familiar.
That's why I came up to him. I said hello. I said, hey, how y'all doing?
Right. See, as long as you
I try to be polite. Yeah.
Be polite. I always believe be polite. Talk to somebody the way you want to be talked.
Right. Exactly.
That's old school.
Exactly.
Treat people the way you want to be treated.
And he's like, oh, if you was being respectful, I'm like, you have to earn respect. Don't you have to earn respect? Like, I said hello. That's to earn respect. Hey, how y'all doing? And then you come out, violate my rights, and then be rude to me because of police safety. And then I told him my intent. And then they still was rude the whole time. And I was like, I don't understand that. I see if I came out, I'm cursing you out.
I don't believe in Monday morning quarterbacking or anything, but I'm honest. This whole interaction with you, I've been respectful, right?
Right. As have I. At least I tried to be.
I understand though the whole thing with safety though. Because police officers are ambushed. I've been on the job. As long as I've been on the job, we've had in this city about like 3 ambushes with police officers killed. Okay? One of them was all familiar. She was sitting in the car and they came up and shot and killed her. Before I got on the job, Lou and Ramos, Detectives Lou and Ramos were executed while they were sitting in their car.
Rest in peace.
So that's why you got to realize.
Do you think that comes with the territory?
What do you mean?
Do you think that's part of that comes with the job?
Well, it is a risky job, but at the same time, nobody deserves to go to work and be executed.
I agree.
You see what I'm saying? And
I agree. I think a part of that is.
You don't think we have a right to be aware of our surroundings?
Oh, of course.
And
of course.
Be a little defensive of where we are.
Yeah, be on point, but
you know what I'm saying?
After a certain point, once you see that I'm just here recording and you're still being disrespectful.
You've been conducting yourself like a gentleman.
Right. As I always try to be.
A lot of people, a lot of investigative journalists are not that way.
No, I understand. Yeah.
They are not that way at all.
But you got to fill out just like you guys are taught to fill out every situation.
Some people, you've been respectful. I'm not gonna say, So I shook
your
hand. We're having a nice civil conversation. Like not even he's a police officer, not even he's a journalist. Us just right now as just
human beings.
Citizens, or human beings. That's even better. You know what I'm saying?
I can appreciate that. I appreciate you taking the time and having a conversation because a lot of officers don't want to open the dialogue. You know what I mean? That's how you bridge the gap.
I can't speak for other officers because we're different.
I understand that.
You can't speak for those angry journalists who yell and scream, curse people out, looking to get a violent reaction.
In my eyes, that doesn't doesn't support the First Amendment because you're not opening the dialogue.
But right now, having a nice conversation, and some officers they get jarred up, because years of dealing with stuff like that, and it's unfair because that energy gets put on.
It's like the DMV workers or the HRA workers. They deal with a lot of people that are upset, cursing.
Have you ever done had any of that with the
DMVs? Yeah. I did HRA. At one point, I was doing all the HRAs around the city, and it got to be like everyone I went to was just straight ignorance and hands-on, and everybody wants to be gangster, and it's like, you guys work for the public at the end of the day.
Yeah,
So I feel like at the HRA level, I can't do it on the ground level. I'd have to go above their heads on that and say, listen, it's a public building. There's certain areas that are like a public lobby. You understand? So for me, it's the same as the DMV. You know, journalists record in DMVs all over the country, post offices all over the country, city halls all over the country. To me, it's the same thing. But like some of these public workers, and not all, some of them are just, they need training. They need to be retrained.
I agree with that. You know,
they're not trained on the First Amendment.
I do agree with you.
Or
on that.
de-escalation.
You gotta realize too, it's New York City. New York City, I want more training.
Yeah, me too.
I want more training. The thing is, it's very expensive, and it takes a lot of time.
I want more civics classes in public school.
I agree. You know, I agree. I think it should be both ways, really. Not only for the law enforcement, but for the public as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think honestly, you know, people have to have a better dialogue and understand things. You know, and plus, too, you know, the longer I do this job, the more you realize dealing with people every single day. And I've had interactions with people where they were so nasty, so angry, and then I ran into the same person the next day, completely different.
Right.
You know, because
right.
And they've actually said to me like, "Well, I'm sorry, they had a few drinks, or they had they were just going through a bad day, or they took some meds, you know, and they rock a little bit."
Thank God for de-escalation. It goes a long way.
Oh, it does. It does. That's why.
And a lot of officers don't have it.
When I came over here, I never yelled at you. I never.
Right. I can
know,
appreciate that.
You know, I don't do that because, you know. But I'm not gonna lie, my guard was up because I don't know what you were doing. I don't know what your intention was. I've dealt with, you know.
That's why I try to make sure I tell you my intent.
You know, so, you know, I'm glad that we were able to have a conversation with that.
I've had sergeants, I've had lieutenants, I've had captains go hands on for me simply recording, and then I've had really good conversations with highest ranking officers at precincts. Let me not get them on camera. Go ahead. Can I just get her card so I can be on my way?
Where did she go? I don't know where she went. I can't leave.
Oh, if you could just, you can't leave it? All right.
I gotta stay here. Just in case.
Do you know her name and badge number? It's all right. Don't worry about it.
Sorry, man.
God bless you. Have a great night, okay?
And also, too, with station house security, I don't know if you've seen the videos. There have been cases where guys walked in with knives and tried to stab officers behind the desk.
Wow.
That's why we gotta be very vigilant with stuff. You know, it's, you know, there are people out there, you know, who have angry intent. You know, just like anywhere. You know what I mean? And it's happening. I've seen footage of it happening. So I appreciate your conversation, having a conversation.
All right.
With you.
God bless you.
No, what's your name?
David.
David. Nice to meet you.
Nice
Actually,
to
I
meet
have a
you.
lot of family members named David.
It means beloved. It's Hebrew.
Christian, so
Take care.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Took out my camera in downtown Ottawa. Next thing I know, 2 cops roll up saying I can't film because it's a security risk. No crime, no ID, just me exercising my rights, and still got detained.
Not bad, you?
Good. People are calling, complaining about you filming in front of the Senate building and this one as well.
Can you just step over here? It's hard to hear.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Everything good? You good today?
Yeah, I'm great. How are you, officer?
Yeah, not bad.
Constable?
It's a little rainy today, you know?
Constable? Constable Ryan?
That's right.
What's your badge number, sir?
2783.
Great, thank you. Yeah, so what's the problem?
Like I said, people are just have concerns. Like there's UN meetings happening this week and stuff, so it's a bit of a
Cool.
security's been stepped up a little bit. And like I said,
Alright.
they just have concerns. It's a little suspicious, that's all. You know what I mean?
Okay. So you could tell them that I'm just taking some picture and video.
Okay. Do you have any ID on your name?
No, I don't want to provide that at this point.
You can't tell me your name?
No, I don't want to give you my name. How's it going, sir?
What's going on?
Constable?
There's a lot.
Arlata?
Yeah. What's going on?
Great. Nothing.
You good?
Yeah.
All right.
You guys good? You guys need some help?
Pardon?
You guys need help with anything?
Well, we had dispatch here that someone was concerned that your videotaping and taken. So it's a security issue.
So you should go in and tell them that what I'm doing is not illegal. And I'm just out here
I will
filming.
go have a chat with them, all right? You
Thanks,
hang
Arlata.
You hang tight.
Am I being detained?
Oh, I want to speak when they get back.
Oh, I'm not being detained. Am I being detained or no? Well, don't tell me I gotta hang out then. What's up with that, Constable Ryan?
It's all good. Like I said, you'll probably be sent on your way. Just
I am going to be sent on my way. I'm
Sure.
exercising my Canadian Charter rights, Section 2B, freedom of the press. All right. You know, like when you go on YouTube and you see like videos from like 50 years ago
yeah, I know.
of like, you know, people filming like downtown New York and shit.
Sure.
Well, 50 years from now, they're going to see you, Constable Ryan.
Excellent.
And it's going to be, you know, people like watching that stuff. I'm just out here just doing some filming. I'm not interacting with no one. I'm not bothering nobody. If the camera is bothering somebody, then you guys should dispel their concern. Tell them that I'm within my Canadian Charter rights and within the law. Law-abiding citizen just taking some picture and video.
Sounds good.
Great. You guys don't have body cams in Ottawa? None? None? No patrol officers?
Nope.
See, that's why I got my own, brother. What do you think? Do you think you guys need body cams?
It helps sometimes, but it's also, you know.
It's good for you and for me, in my opinion. I think any cop that's bad and does bad stuff would be against it. That's a fair assessment, right?
Not necessarily.
You don't want to be held
I
accountable?
know a lot of good cops that are against it as well.
Well, for what reasons would that be, you think? Just curious.
A lot of the... I don't know, actually. That's a good question.
Yeah, I don't think it would be bad at all, brother. I think it's great for the public and it's great for transparency. It's great for the police.
Sure.
Great, that's something we can agree on. So if I'm not being detained, I'm just going to take a little walk down here. I'm not being detained, right?
Like I said, just stick around until my partner comes back. He's just gonna
Constable Ryan, you have to elaborate if I'm being detained or not.
We're investigating a suspicious incident right now that you're involved in.
Am I being detained?
Yes, you are right now.
I'm being detained? Okay.
Just stay here for 2 seconds.
What's the
all
time?
Time is 12:01.
And why am I being detained? What
Because
crime
you're-
have I
you're
committed?
involved in a suspicious incident.
Is that a crime? Is it crime?
To film a secure facility? Yeah, it is.
No, it's not. Not from the public. No, it's not.
Right,
What
like
if
I said,
global news here? Brother,
stick
there's people walking by, take pictures of this
I know, man. I'm not
building
trying
all
to give
day.
you a hard time.
Yeah, you are.
I know
You're detaining me
that's what you're here to
illegally.
do is trying to stir the pot.
Well, then why, if I'm here, if I was here to do that, which I'm not, I'm just filming. If I was here to do that, then why are you detaining me? I know my rights, I know my Canadian Charter rights, I know the law. So why are you detaining me?
Like I said, we're just trying to figure out what's going on, and then you'll be on your way. It's all good.
So what's been reported is somebody's taking picture and video of the hotel.
Of a secure facility and the Senate building as well, which is a secure facility. It's a security risk.
So nobody can take pictures?
No, it's a security risk, that's all. Right?
So I'm breaking the law right now? You're going to do that to me, Ryan?
I never said you were breaking the law. I said you're being detained right now.
But you said I'm not allowed to film.
Just verbally detained.
No,
That's all it
Constable Ryan, you said I'm not allowed to film private
like
facilities.
They called us because you're filming, that's all.
Okay, I'm filming it right now. So
Yeah,
what's
I
up?
know. You're going to try and stir the pot for likes.
Well,
and
why would you
views
tell
and
me I
everything else.
can't?
That's what you're trying to do right now. It's all good. I
Constable
understand.
Ryan, you are the
I
story
get it.
now.
I understand.
So why would you just not let me go? Why don't you come
You'll
up and
free
be
to
like,
go here
hey,
in
man,
5 minutes, man. Just relax, okay? As soon as my partner gets back, you'll probably be on your way.
just
Sounds
relax. I'm being unlawfully detained, but you just tell me just relax. You take that in, Ryan?
Good? Yeah.
That's kind of fucked up, huh?
For sure. Like I said, we're going to sort it out 2 seconds.
It's okay.
all right?
Just relax, man. You're being
Yeah, just
unlawfully
relax.
detained. You might be arrested for filming in public.
No,
just
no.
relax.
Did I ever say you were going to be arrested?
Possibly.
Did I ever say
You
that?
said I'm not allowed to film
Did
the
I say that
building.
you were going to be arrested? Now you're
Possibly.
making accusations that I'm going to arrest you? Come on, man. Like I
Yes,
said,
you might arrest me. Yeah.
you can film
I've
it
been
all for
arrested
likes
before
and
for
shares
this.
and everything else.
I've
That's
been
cool.
arrested for this before.
Okay, well, did I say I was going to do that?
You look like you are. You're detaining
Why?
me for nothing.
How do I look like I'm
You're
gonna do that?
detaining me. You're detaining me.
Please explain how I look like
You
I'm gonna
are
arrest you right now.
detaining me for filming.
For 2 seconds until my partner comes back,
You-
okay?
That doesn't matter. You're detaining me. It's been longer than 2 seconds, Constable Ryan. Hasn't it?
It has.
Okay. So when is my detainment going to end? What's going on?
As soon as he gets back. All right?
Okay. I don't understand you guys, Ryan.
I don't understand you, man. Like, you
No,
come
I
out
don't.
here- You come out here to
No,
stir
that's
trouble.
what I'm
all,
saying.
That's
No,
all you're trying to do.
no, it's not. That's
Straight
not
up.
what I do. If you
That's
knew who I was, you
exactly
know
what
that
you're
I'm
doing.
just about
I don't know
police
who you are 'cause you
transparency.
don't want to ID yourself. So
Well,
how
I
do I
don't
know
have
who
to
you are?
ID myself. I don't want to
How am I
ID
supposed to know
myself.
who you are? How do I know what you're doing?
You will find out.
Will I?
Yes.
How am I going to know that?
You'll see this video.
Where?
You'll see it, man.
Oh, on YouTube?
You'll see
Excellent.
it.
Nice. Good. Excellent. Sounds good, man.
Okay, Ryan. But like, why wouldn't, if you know that people come out and like exercise their rights and do the Canadian version of the quote unquote First Amendment audit, and you would think that's what I'm doing, why wouldn't you just come to me and be like, hey man, what's up, bro? What's going on? You just doing some filming?
That's what I did. That's what I did.
But now I'm being detained.
Like I said, just until we talk to them, and then you'll be free to go. It's all good. Relax, okay? Like.
Yeah, relax. Being unlawfully detained, but Constable Ryan here just wants me to relax. Let's see what kind of story you guys have fabricated up now.
You're free to go.
So why was I detained?
Well, there was a concern. They had a bunch of delegates coming through, and you're taking photos. You're allowed to take photos. You're allowed to film like everybody else.
I'm allowed to take pictures of this video? Can you educate Constable Ryan on that? He doesn't seem to think I'm allowed to do that.
Well,
He doesn't think I'm allowed to take pictures of. Well, if I'm on the sidewalk, I can do that, right, Constable Ryan?
Yeah.
Right, Constable Arlotta? That's correct, right?
Anyway, you have move on.
Yes. Can I get your guys' badge numbers before you leave?
1407.
You already got mine.
I get it.
It's on
Verbalized.
video. 2783.
Thank you.
Sound good?
Yeah, appreciate
You're
it.
free to go.
Yep. You guys are free to go too. You're free to go, sir. Get back on duty. Have a good one.
Have a great day.
You should have came with a better attitude, man. No, he's not. He unlawfully detained me, buddy. You didn't detain me. He did. After you left. You got Constable Ryan doing the drive of shame with his buddy. Constable Arlotta. 7467. Hey Arlotta, you guys got dash cams? Constable Arlotta. Hey Arlotta, you guys got dash cams? You guys have no body camera and no dash cam? Cool. So you guys have no audio recording, nothing in there. And that's why I do what I do, man. You guys need that. You guys need body cameras, don't you agree?
Yeah, but they're coming, but not right now.
Everywhere else got them.
These cost money, just like the data on your phone. That's data, right?
Costs money, yeah. Well, what's your guys' budget like? What's your guys' budget like in Ottawa? You guys can't afford body cams? You want to hear something crazy? Constable Vince?
No. It's called my first name is Vince.
All right, Vince, you want to hear something crazy? You guys don't have enough money.
An iPhone 3 or iPhone
15X, 15 Pro Max.
well, I got an 12. You got a 15. So who's making more money? Me or you?
You probably.
Dinosaur. And so look,
You're making lots of money, man. You guys make $250,000 from some of
I
you.
don't have an iPhone 15.
Just regular constables make $250,000. But you want to hear something crazy, Vince?
All right.
Is I'm out here filming. You know, I'm not breaking the law, not doing nothing wrong. You got 2 cops, 2 patrol cars come respond to that, but yet your budget can't afford a body cameras. You hear the ludicrousy in that? Well, I just got here, man. I'm doing my reporting. I'm a reporter. Yeah. I'm a private reporter. I appreciate your professionalism, Constable. Have a good one. My name is Jay.
Have a good day.
Have a good day.
You're